Subcommittee will come to order. Thank you to the witnesses for joining us today. We are here to take a closer look at the VA's National Work Queue, also known as the NWQ, which electronically manages and distributes the majority of the Veterans Benefits Administration's workload of the VA benefits claims. Ms. Haycock-Lohmann, your opening statement. You have 5 minutes.
Chairman Luttrell, Ranking Member Pappas, and distinguished committee members. The Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors is grateful for the opportunity to testify on behalf of the over 120,000 surviving family members of all ages, representing all services, and with losses from all causes who we are honored to serve. TAPS appreciates the committee for holding this important hearing, as challenges with the National Work Queue are one of the biggest pain points in the survivor community. The most crucial is for our surviving children. If a surviving child turns 18 before graduating high school, dependency and indemnity compensation should be paid to the child through high school graduation. This is not happening. TAPS has consistently raised this issue with the VA over the past 5 years. Unfortunately, the VA has yet to develop a way to process these claims in a timely manner, leading to 18 months and longer delays in payments for these students. These should be easy supplemental claims, but every child has experienced a delay in payment due to the lack of a reasonable process. The biggest challenge is that instead of these forms automatically dropping into the National Work Queue, they disappear into a file and have to be manually placed into the NWQ for processing. Many of these surviving children give up after years of trying and never receive the back pay they are owed. In addition, not only is DIC supposed to be paid until a child graduates high school, they should receive DIC for the months between graduating and starting college. Despite this being the law, students are rarely paid during those summer months. This is happening during an incredibly financially difficult time for our surviving families, when costs for graduation, college applications, deposits, and other costs are incurring. VA has put forward a proposal to address both issues by updating VA Form 21-674 to allow both the child and parent to sign, as well as an option for students to acknowledge that they will be using education benefits the following semester. Their expected timeline on that updated form is 18 to 24 months from the January oversight hearing. At that point, they intend to look at the larger problem, the fact that these forms do not automatically drop into the National Work Queue. TAPS recommends a process for students to submit a single school certification form that will generate into the NWQ. Additionally, the VA's Education Services should be required to notify the Pension Management Center of a surviving child enrollment in education benefits. Most importantly, TAPS highly recommends that the Office of Field Operations prioritize the fix to automatically drop these claims into the National Work Queue. TAPS also has concerns about the current wait times we are seeing for initial claims for DIC. We have seen cases where the processing time is over a year for an initial claim. We are also concerned that the response our team is receiving from VA has generally been along the lines of, "We are backlogged." A case example of this is a Navy Vietnam veteran who died in June of 2023 from COPD as a result of Agent Orange exposure. His surviving spouse applied for accrued benefits in DIC in September 2023. In December, she received a request for additional information, as they did not have him listed as having deployed to Vietnam. The surviving spouse immediately provided the relevant information. TAPS reached out to the VA for an update on the status of the claim in February 2024 and received a response on April 8th. At that time, TAPS was informed that there had been no movement on the claim. TAPS followed up on May 6th and again on June 6th, where it was confirmed that claims processing was quite behind and that processing for many Agent Orange claims for non-Vietnam boots on the ground in littoral waters are temporarily suspended. We understand that many of these DIC cases are incredibly complicated due to challenges such as contributing factors not being listed on death certificates, but the delays leave surviving families in financial hardship in the interim. Additionally, because the backlog is so high at the Philadelphia regional office, where most of the DIC claims are processed, they've been sending them to Milwaukee, who appears to be ill-equipped to handle them. We've seen several letters that were erroneous due to the backlog. One example is a letter that stated denied service connection on the first page, but all subsequent pages stated that the service connection was approved. VA did later confirm that the death was ruled service connected and that the letter was erroneous due to human processing error. VA has confirmed that they have hired 35 new veteran service representatives and 25 new rating veteran service representatives that should be fully trained in August. We are hopeful that this will fix the backlog in Philadelphia. In conclusion, while we appreciate VA sharing these updates, our biggest challenge has been and still is a lack of updated timelines. We know that the additional staff will help decrease wait times and clear the backlog, but an updated timeline would help TAPS and survivors better manage expectations for such critical benefits. We thank you for the opportunity to testify today, and I look forward to your questions.